Hi, everyone. I'm Anita Pastor, QHHT practitioner, and I specialize in past life regressions. Welcome to my channel where we talk about everything in the hypnosis world. And please feel free to subscribe to my channel and leave comments below. Let me know what content you like or what you'd like to see in future, and hit that like button. So today I'd like to talk to you about two of my favorite subjects. So aliens and elementals. And I had a wonderful session with a client not too long ago that actually, one of the first time, encompassed both these elements together. So I thought I'd like to share it with you because I find these worlds, the unseen worlds, the most fascinating when I do hypnosis. It's also sort of a confirmation for me of what's really out there and the things that we might feel or get a sense of, but we never get a full reality of. So I had a wonderful client. Her name was Zena, and she was in her early 40s. And she had come to me because she was having real challenges with being molested as a very young girl. And she was probably from 8 years old to 13, and she had been molested repeatedly by her cousin. Um, this was a very traumatizing experience, and she was still trying to understand how to heal from it. It left her with a lot of anger and resentment. And she also had a lot of anger and resentment towards her aunt, the mother of her cousin, along with her own mother, because she felt that everyone was against her. Nobody wanted to deal with this issue. Everybody wanted to sweep it under the rug. And at the same time, her cousin sort of always remained the favorite. So she had a lot of issues and had come to a point in her life where she was ready to address them, and she chose hypnosis. So Zena went into trance and she went into a lifetime. And what's interesting is I never know where a client is going to go. Uh, they can go into past lives, future lives, they can stay into a current life. They can go into animal forms, spirit forms, all types of forms. So I never know where someone's going to go. And part of my job in guiding my clients is to help you to figure out exactly where you are. So Zena landed in a beautiful forest, and it was filled with trees and plants, and she could hear the birds chirping, and the sun was shining on her face, and it was just a beautiful place. So she heard the voice of Mother Gaia, and she felt Mother Gaia embracing her with energy and light. And Mother Gaia was saying to her that she loves her and she supports her and she's always with Zena, and that basically she would like to heal her and help her at this point in her life. So Zena stays in this wonderful light, in this wonderful energy, and I encourage her to soak up as much as possible. So as she's going through this experience, she lets me know that she sees a path ahead of her. And the path is very bright and sparkly and it's shining, and she feels compelled to go on that path. So basically, Zena takes steps forward and she goes down this beautiful, sparkly path in the forest and starts to see that all the trees and the leaves and the path start to turn colors. So things are turning blue and yellow and pink and orange. And she's going through this rainbow of a forest. So she travels down the forest path and goes to where it's leading her. And she ends up seeing this big hill and walks up this beautiful hill, all filled with these colors, and gets to the top of the hill. So she looks around and she sees all these wonderful mountains and these rolling hills. And at one of the spots, she sees a beautiful white castle. And it's a castle that looks just like it's right out of Disney World. It's beautiful white stone with round turrets and flags flying. And it's a really beautiful place. So I asked Zena, does she want to go check out the castle? Absolutely. Zena's going down to that castle. So she walks down the hill gently. She feels the wind blowing through her hair and the sun is shining on her face. And she gets to the front lawn of the castle. And it's filled with fairies and sprites and elves and gnomes and a big, beautiful blue dragon. Well, everybody is dancing and singing because they're so excited that Zena is coming to join them because they know her very well. They miss her, and they're so excited that she's come to see them today. So they're celebrating and they're having a wonderful party and they're dancing in the grass and the trees and the flowers are swaying and everybody is happy. So they asked Zena if she'd like to go in the castle. And Zena says, yeah, that would be great. So she looks at the front of the castle and she sees a big, beautiful door. And that door just gently and easily sways open. She walks through the castle door, and in the castle, she sees all her friends. And these are her friends that are in her life today. And all her friends come to her and hold her hand and tell her how much they love her and they support her and they are with her and they are also guiding her. And they tell her that they are also her galactic family and that they are all from the solar system of the 7 planets of the Pleiades. And they've been family for many, many generations and lineages. And they've all come together to Earth to help each other, to guide each other, and to heal together on this planet. So Zena is elated and she feels this great unconditional love and joy and feels a great connection to a family that she had always felt there was something, but she never could quite understand it. Well, this had basically, by seeing all her friends and being told that they were her Palladian galactic family, gave her a great sigh of relief, as well as great comfort and joy to know that she was not alone. So then her big blue dragon, who was with her in the castle, came up to her and invited her if she would like to get on his back and ride with him. So Zena gladly accepted, and the blue dragon and Zena flew, and the blue dragon took Zena all the way up through the skies and the heavens, all the way to her Akashic records. And the big blue dragon went into Zena's Akashic records and gave her some information that was really important. So in the Akashic records, she was also met by her Palladian family, and they gave her the following info about her experience. They had let her know that basically, as a family, they had all signed these contracts before Zena had come to this planet. And that along with her Palladian family, they had all agreed that Zena would be in this situation because it was to teach her lessons. The lessons were forgiveness and compassion. What Zena didn't know was that her cousin was also molested, and he had been molested by his uncle for many years. And this young boy in this trauma did not understand what had been done to him. He didn't fully understand the reciprocations of it, nor did he fully understand that it was a really bad thing to do. So in his foolishness, he thought it would be fun and a great idea to do this to Zena. He didn't really truly understand, and due to his immaturity and his lack of seeing healthiness in his life, he basically thought this was something that he would try out with his cousin. Zena had to forgive this, and she had to find the compassion to understand that her cousin was a very young, naive, immature little boy who basically had been in the hands of trauma for a very long time himself and just did simply not understand the tragedy that he was causing to his cousin. She also had to find forgiveness. She had to forgive her cousin for doing what he did to her, along with forgiving her aunt, who basically didn't want to deal with it, and her mother. This was a great lesson that Zena had to overcome and would learn in this lifetime. So her galactic family, along with the blue dragon, reiterated again to Zena that she was not alone, she was greatly supported, and she was filled with all their unconditional love and happiness, and that she would heal from this, she would heal from her trauma, And in her teachings or her learnings, that she would learn the great lessons that she did learn and somehow become the healer that she always has been on Pleiades and with her galactic family. They are a family of healers. And that through this tragedy, Zena would find her way to become a healer so that she could help herself and help others along the way. And that the Blue Dragon and her Palladian family, along with all of her elemental friends, the fairies, the sprites, the gnomes, the elves, that they were always there to help her, to guide her, and be there for assistance for her. And that at any time in her life or through the day, they encouraged her to speak with them and to understand that they were always there for her. An extraordinary experience, my friends, to help you understand what you can basically do in hypnosis and how you can further heal. So when Zena woke up, she said to me she felt a great weight was lifted off her shoulder. She felt light. She felt comforted. She felt loved. And she also felt that a very large piece of her life and all the puzzles that she had been dealing with, she felt that it all came to a great understanding through that experience. Past life regression is extraordinary, and one can never predict where you'll go. But what we can predict is that when you're in the great trance of theta brainwave state, it is an incredible place to heal and understand and give you information in order to move forward, to heal yourself, and to have a wonderful life ahead of you. Thanks for listening to my great story, because I so enjoyed the session. And if you have any comments, please leave them in the description box below. And if you'd like to book a session with me in Toronto, just follow the link in the description box and you can book a session on my calendar. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.